Morning market briefing. Ano po? So to start, today is the 21st day of May. It's Friday. So start na po tayo. Ayan. That although nag-reversal nung the day before, in-invalidate niya yung buong reversal na yon with this action. So we are expecting the British pound to resume its uptrend for today. So kung titingnan natin yan sa smaller time frame natin sa 4 hours, yung uptrend niya will happen when it hits this price level. So ito po. More or less around 41, 45. Ano? Anong level to? 41.52 to 41.45. Yan, 41.52 ang buying natin sa British pound. Tapos ang target pa rin natin is the same pa rin. Ito pa rin yung target natin based on yung breakout measuring implication sa rectangle formation natin. So 41.45 po ang ina-expect natin na buying dyan, which is about tapos yung cut loss po natin ay 32 pips from our entry of 41.52. Yung 41.52 po ay galing po dito yan. It is a previous, ito yung high nito. It is a previous resistance. Lalagyan ko lang ng guhit. Yan. So this is 14.52. Yan po yung ine-expect natin na dyan babagsak ang presyo before resuming the uptrend. No po? Yung 41.52, nag-alat na tayo ng possible overshoot ng price level. But kung titingnan mo ideally, ito dapat ang correction level nito. Ito, dito dapat magsusupport yan. But since it is very early still, malayo pa before mag-open ang British market, ang UK market, we are expecting some overflow ng sell mo, kaya po dito po tayo nag-antay. Nag-adjust na lang po tayo, kaya po sa 52 po natin na nilatag yung buying natin instead of here. Ano po? Yan, instead of the obvious high here, dito na po natin nilatag kasi nag-expect lang tayo ng may overshoot ng mga sell orders, kaya po dito po tayo nag-antay. Ayan. So kung wala na pong katanungan sa British Pound, ang next natin ay AUD-USD. Ang AUD-USD naman po, kung titingnan ninyo, no, mukha naman pong intact pa rin ang kanyang uptrend. This is more or less just a correction or a healthy ito nag-break, umakyat. Sorry, it's a mixed signal ngayon sa 4 hours mo. It is neither here nor there, so we'll just look at the hourly kung meron pong sa hourly mo. Ito yung previous high mo, nag-break siya, high, nag-break siya. So ang tinitingnan po natin ngayon ay di ba meron ka ng series of meron ka ng market structure na uptrend dito sa hourly mo. So, yung market, yung trend ngayon ay yung movement ng price ngayon is pababa. Pero if this should be a healthy correction, it should the most that it should correct to is up to the level of 77.52, which represents the 61.8 correction from the low of 77.34 up to the high of 77.81. So the 61.8 correction of that is 77.52. So dyan po natin ine-expect na dyan po yung expected na depth ng ating correction from the low of this point up to the high at this point. Ano po? Kung magpe-persist yung kanyang uptrend. So we put dito po tayo dapat magsalang ng buying natin at this area 77.52. So it's 77, buying at 77.52, ang target mo is 78.17. Ang 78.17 is 78.17. Ang 78.17 ay galing dito. Itong high na to is 78. Yan, ito yung ine-expect natin na resistance kasi niya because of the consistent resistance that it built here. So which is 77.17, kaya po dito natin ine-expect na mag-e-end yan. Yung rally nito ngayon or magre-resist dyan. Kung susukatin natin if we are going to confirm or at least test whether this is plausible or not, check po natin sa Fibonacci extension po natin. So yung extension natin, pag gumawa tayo ng extension, yan. So dyan siya pwedeng lumapit, around 7809 or pinakamataas yung 7809 niya with reference by virtue of the Fibonacci extension. So kung gagamitin mo ang Fibonacci extension, ang pwede niyang abutin for today is 7809. Pero by means of your support and resistances concept, ang pwede niyang abutin is 7817. Yun. So it is where the actual sellers are located from this basing on this price action. Ano po? So ang cut loss po natin dito ay 77.27, which is 25 pips away from your entry price of 77.52. Kung wala na pong katanungan, tayo ngayon ay lilipat naman sa USD JPY. USD JPY. Ang USD JPY naman po ay if you look at your daily chart, ay mukhang pababa pa rin po, ano? Kasi yung previous day natin, it is a belt line. So it is a belt line with bearish bias. So ito po yon, yung belt line po natin na may bearish bias. So we are expecting at least a follow-through of the previous day's movement. Kasi kung pagbabasehan lang natin ng technical without the intervening noise from the market, then we are expecting that it should for today at least break out from the consolidation that it has been forming. Kasi kung titingnan po ninyo ito, kung titingnan nyo ito, flag formation po yan. Kung flag formation yan, flag waving up, ito yung pole mo, kung ito, flag to, no? So clear na yan, tatanggalin ko lang para, ito na lang. Bakit ayaw? Ilipat ko lang sa baka nasa 4 hours po siya. Try lang nating tanggalin kasi may gusto po akong gawin dyan. Ay, ilipat. Ay, yung nasa daily po ata ito. Nang wala na, so ibig sabihin, nasa hourly siya. Wala din. Ay, naku, ayaw lang, no? So, igawan na lang natin ng iba. Although medyo magugulo po yung itsura ng chart natin, pag ginawan ko, I just want to know kung this one, if the high of this one is already 61.8% retracement from this high up to this low. Yun lang po yung gusto kong malaman dyan. Ayan po. So, yung correction niya, no, pwedeng tumama na sa 61.8. So, pag tumama po sa 61.8 and then nag-retest ulit siya, so more or less, if this is a flag formation, dapat po pababa na po siya by this time. We are expecting a bias of downward movement. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko kahapon, what poses a problem here is your point of view or your viewpoint from the your viewpoint on what the price formation is forming. Kasi pwedeng correction yang kung titingnan mo yan as flag formation, that is also correct from the technical analysis point of view. Ano po, burahin ko lang kasi mahirap yung magulo. Pero kung titingnan mo ito sa pananaw naman ng triangle formation, possible din siya, pero ang bias niya kung rectangle formation siya, triangle formation, sorry, ay paakyat dahil ito ang flat side. So kung yan ang flat side, malamang po kesa hindi, dapat ang bias po ng ano mo is paakyat po. Pero ang tinutumbok naman ng flag formation mo, ang bias dapat niyan ay pababa. So hindi mo ngayon malaman kung aakyat ba siya or bababa siya. Pero sabi nga natin, the more the merrier, ano? Kung mas marami ang nagtuturo doon, kung titingnan mo ito ngayon, yan, if you are going to simply consider, ay naku, punta tayo sa hourly. If you are going to simply consider pasensya na po ha, ang daming mga linya-linya dito. Gusto kong burahin, hindi ko mabura. Ito na lang, no? Itong line na to, which is a consolidation again, happening, if you're going to consider this and this, it is a rectangle formation, a consolidation coming from a downtrend. Ito po. Yan. So it's a downtrend, tapos nagkaroon ka ng consolidation. So ngayon, most likely, pababa po ang bias po niya. So ang selling po natin ngayon, what we will try to do is adapt a selling signal, adapt a selling stance based on our analysis of this price action. Ano po? So kung selling po tayo at mukhang nagte-trending naman yung pababa dito na trend dito, so dito po ang tamang selling po niya. Sa 26-day moving average natin at this nung previous hour, yan. So any approach to this price level is a good selling opportunity. So at 108.90, no, any approach to the 108.90 area or any approach to this level, yun po ay selling. So ngayon ang sinasabi ko lang, nangyari na kasi yun po ang nakatouch po ngayon dito. So pagka when you are left alone with your trading, tingnan nyo lang kung mag-a-approach po yan dito po. So pagka may approach po siya dito sa 26-day moving average mo on the hourly chart, then that will be a signal to sell. Lalong-lalo na pagka nagkaroon ng reversal signal. Ito po, oh. Yan, that is a reversal signal. If you are going to dismiss, i-dismiss nyo lang yung kunwari hindi pa nangyayari ito ha, itong bar na to, titingnan nyo yan, that is a engulfing pattern because the real body of this engulfs the real body of the previous candlestick and it is showing a bearish bias. Ano po? So, tapos nangyari yan after hitting your 26-day moving average, kaya po selling ang inan natin dito. Pero hindi pa siya bumababa, so it is still likely possible na mag-touch po uli yan dyan dito at magpakita ng reversal. But at any rate, we will just put our selling here for the meantime as a guide. So yung guide po natin sa EMA 26 is 108.90. So 108.90 ang target mo, 108.33. Yung 108.33 mo is sa previous low. Ito yan. Sorry. $108.12, 108. Ba't mas malalim dito? Yan, 108.33 yung low niyan. Ano po? Yan, so 108.33 from previous low at yung cut loss mo is 109.10. Kung wala na pong tanong, tayo naman po ay gagawi sa ating favorite ng karamihan, no? Yung gold. Gustong-gusto ng karamihan to kasi mabilis gumalaw. Ang problema lang dyan, mabilis po siyang gumalaw. Ibig sabihin, mabilis kang kumita, mabilis ka ring matalo kung hindi mo alam kung paano i-maintain yung mga cut loss levels mo. Kasi ang ano po dito, ang importante po dito when you are trading a very volatile security or very volatile asset class, ano po, kailangan yung mga pag dun sa mga cut loss po natin, we are decisive in establishing in cutting our losses, and we are at least we are prudent in doing our homework sa pag-establish ng mga cut loss positions po natin. Hindi yung basta-basta hula lang, hula dito, hula doon, ay dito ako mag-cut loss kasi napanaginipan ko kagabi. Hindi, that's not the right thing to do it. So, ito ngayon ang gold natin, mukha namang paakyat pa rin po siya kasi po, kung titingnan natin from this point up to all the way to this point is still a series of increasing peaks and increasing troughs. Ayan po, no? So dito, kung in-apply natin yung sinasabi natin na dito 'di ba nag-consolidate siya. So nung nag-consolidate po siya dito, in-apply natin yung ating concept na whenever the market is consolidating, dito nag-touch siya, no? Whenever the market is consolidating, it usually breaks from the direction or to the direction of the previous breakout. So ito yung consolidation mo, dito yung previous direction mo, diyan ngayon nag-breakout. So ito yung consolidation, ito yung previous direction. So I am expecting a breakout on the upside. So kung ganyan po, ang buying po natin dapat dito ay somewhere here, ano? So itong 50-day moving average natin at 1870 will be our buying. Yan, 1864. Saan nakuha yung 1864? If we go to the 4-hour chart, yan dito po. Yung 26-day moving average ng 4 hours po natin, yan po yung i-consider natin sa ngayon kasi mukhang dyan po pupunta ang presyo. So any touch to this area, kasi nakita nyo naman, hindi siya sumobra, nag-touch lang po talaga siya mula dito, tapos dito, tapos we are expecting it to do the same thing on the third touch sa 4 hours natin. So 1864.87, yan, ang profit natin is the previous high pa rin ng 1890. Tapos ang cut loss natin is $9 away from your $9 away from your entry price, which is 1855.98. Kung wala na pong katanungan doon, we will now take a look at our economic calendar and know what to expect for today. So for today po, it's Friday. Yan, so sa tapos na ito, no, may lumabas lower than previous but higher than expected. Ayan, so dapat ang reaction ng market dito is mag-a-adjust sila kasi ang na-trade lang dito ng market is the expectation na 0.5 lang ang increase ng retail sales, but in actuality, ang lumabas po is 1.1%, which is 0.6% higher than the consensus. So ang pinaghandaan ay 0.5, kaya ang market dapat mag-a-adjust yan ng halaga nung from consensus to the actual data. So dapat nag-appreciate ang AUD-USD. Tingnan natin kung nag-appreciate ang AUD-USD sa dollar. Pero ang nangyari, hindi naman siya nag-appreciate, no? Lumabas if you... Yan. So, instead na umakyat, bumaba po siya. Kasi ang ano diyan is most likely if it is well in line with their parameters of their quantitative easing, may kinalaman pa rin sa pandemic yan, they will adopt that stance. So they will not realign or they will not adjust yung kanilang trading postures dito kasi it is still within the expected na range ng data na ine-expect nila na considered as within their expected data that is ano nga bang sinasabi ko? Pag yung data, halimbawa, what I'm trying to say is, yung mga lumalabas na data is within the expected tolerable range ng kanilang central bank, then they will not react. So yun po yung gusto kong sabihin dito. Although better yung lumabas from fundamental point of view, if you are trading the news, dapat sana nag-appreciate ang US, ang AUD dollar dito. Pero hindi siya nag-appreciate. Imbis na nag-appreciate, nag-depreciate siya. So I'm just trying to give an explanation kung what happens. Kaya nga po napaka-unpredictable po ng trading the news. If between trading the news and trading the price action, I would rather trade the price action rather than trade the news because I do not know how the market will react or how the market will take the news with regard to their trading posture. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin doon. So I hope I come across clear ano po. So sa British pound naman or sa UK side, you have string of data coming out this afternoon at around 2 o'clock. You have the retail sales excluding fuel. Retail sales excluding fuel din ito, month on month ito. So ibig sabihin comparison ng April and March, ito April of last year and April of this year. Ito naman retail sales retail sales din siya ng yan. So, binubura ko bigla bumabalik. How is this? Yan. So, ang medyo may pula po mamayang hapon will be coming from the Euro side, which is Germany ng 3:30. You have the market manufacturing index ng Germany, tapos yung composite manufacturing index din ng Germany will come also at the same time, ano. So dalawang pula, expect it will create volatility in the market. Tapos you also have dito sa European side ng 4 o'clock, tapos sa UK side ng 4:30, you have the lahat puro mga manufacturing ano. PMI is producers excuse. PMI is the producers price index and producers. Yung PMI po may kinalaman yan sa purchases yung PMI mo is it actually stands for I'm medyo naguluhan na ako. The PMI Purchasing Managers Index, yun po yung PMI. So yung PMI po dito, may kinalaman po yan sa binibiling mga goods ng mga managers or binibiling goods ng mga companies to produce goods or machineries in order to produce products. Ano po? So yun po yung data na included po dyan. Excuse me. And then, nasa na yung market ay yung news natin. Tapos, mamayang gabi, 8:30, sa Canada side na lang, ano? So we don't trade much of the Canadian dollar naman. So, mamayang gabi, meron pa rin ng 9:45, just shortly after the US market opening. merong mga purchasing managers index dyan na lalabas from the manufacturing and services side. Meron din sa US. Ang benchmark ata nila dito is 57 or 55. Basta above 50. Ayan, so it is still good for the economy. It is bullish kung above 50 points yan. Kung below 50, it is bearish. Yun po yung ano dyan, yung tinitingnan. So, that's all sa fundamental side po natin or sa economic indicator side. And again, I would like to remind you, if you are looking at these figures, mga guide lang po ito. Ang importante is alam nyo yung concept kung paano po siya nag-a-arrive, bakit tayo nag-a-arrive sa 22.30 na buying, or bakit tayo nagka-cut loss sa 22.07, or why do we sell at 108.90 when it comes to Japanese yen. Dapat naintindihan nyo yung concept, how to, ibig sabihin contextual yung pagkakaintindi natin ng concepts dito sa ating mga trade stance dito sa ating recommendations. Ano po? Hindi po yung figure ang importante dito, pero yung trade stance natin. Yung figure ninyo will follow when you have already more or less gained enough skill sa pag-iintindi ng price movement. So on that note, maraming salamat po for joining us again this morning, and I hope to see you all again next week po ng Tuesday. Kasi ngayong Saturday, we will have advanced classes on our technical analysis. So if you would want to join us, ma'am, ngayong Saturday ng 2 p.m., we will be discussing, we have touched construction of trend line last Saturday. So this Saturday, we will be continuing that topic. Ang itatouch po natin, significance of trend lines and your construction of and your review of construction of trend line, and then significance of trend line and your trend line violations or trend line breakouts, and then how to approximate the price objective basing on your measuring implication sa pag-aaral ng mga trend line po natin ngayong Sabado. So maraming salamat po, and have a nice weekend, and hope to see you all again next week ng Tuesday po.